What up though? What's going on? How you guys doing? If you are seeing this right now, that means I've had a productive day. I hope you did too. But if you're liking, commenting, and subscribed, that means you fuck with me. Which means I fuck with you. Period. I wanna let you know, girl, that you know that I admire what you do. Hope I can reassure you, my love will be purposeless without you. If I want it, I'm gonna ask you. You can fly and challenge me for the benefit of you. Let me make it. Today, I am coming to you from the car again. Yes, in the car. If you watch my last video or my get ready with me, you know my recording situation. So we gotta do what we gotta do. Today, y'all, I'm gonna tell this story, and I've honestly been re-watching a lot of K Shine stories. If you're not subscribed to K Shine, I'm pretty sure you are if you found my channel. But if you're not, go and subscribe to her channel. She's super funny. She's my favorite storyteller. But I've been rewatching a lot of her stories, and she told this one story about the guy that she thought was the plug, or he was acting like he was the plug. Y'all, I have not a similar story, but I definitely have some dealings with somebody that was acting like they was the plug, y'all. Whole time you a worker. So let me give y'all some backstory. I'm gonna call this guy fraud. I'm gonna call him fraud because nothing that I thought I knew about him was facts. So I first met Fraud through Facebook. He had been liking my pictures and commenting for a while. I forget how I became friends with him, because this might have been the time where I used to be. Yo, that's one thing about the summertime. I hope don't no bee come in here or any type of fly or anything, because y'all would see me run out this car. I'm not even gonna lie. I used to be just adding people, like if your profile picture was cute or I clicked around and we had a couple mutuals, I would just add you. So he had been liking my pictures for like a while. I'm gonna say like a couple months after I had added him. He just was liking up my pics. So he had posted this grand opening of a restaurant, right? So I commented on it like, is this your restaurant? And he DM'd me and was like, yeah, this my restaurant, brand new. The opening is this weekend. And he's saying like he actually needs some help. Like he was looking to hire some people. I think that's what the post said, like grand opening coming up, need help, who looking for a job, da da da. So my friend Cash, if you haven't watched my story time about when me and her first got cool, she was doing her waitressing thing. This is her little era she had, thinking she wanted to be a waitress. She was waitressing at a couple bars. She had tried out at a couple strip clubs or whatever. So she was trying to be a waitress. So when he said that he was looking to hire some people because he needed help for the grand opening, I told my friend Cash, I'm like, this guy I'm friends with on Facebook is opening a restaurant. He needs some waitresses. She like, cool. So I hit him up like, oh, when did you want to meet her? I'm gonna come with her. And he was like, yeah, because I want to meet your fine ass. I'm like, okay. So the day come where he want to meet my friend Cash and basically see if she want the job. So we go up to this restaurant. It's in the hood, but you know how they redoing the hoods in Detroit. Like, so our main streets used to be run down, tore down, but a lot of different parts of our main streets they rebuilding. They got new like business fronts and new buildings and stuff like that. So he had one of these newer buildings in the hood or whatever, right on the main street. So we pull up. It was probably like, it was dark. It was probably like 10-11 o'clock. He in there just prepping the building. So I walk in and it looked brand spanking new. It looked like he getting ready to open a restaurant, right? So we get there and he looked just like his pictures. He wasn't the cutest thing, but he was tall, dark, bald head, beard. He was a little on the heavier side. He looked like he used to be bigger, but he had lost a lot of weight. So you know how that look when somebody used to be real big and they lose a lot of weight. So kind of it's giving loose skin, but he was so like, he had this confidence about him. He had this swag about him. Like he knew how to dress. Like his little pictures and stuff on Facebook was nice, and in person he just was very confident. You had no reason not to believe this man unless you've been through so much like I have. You don't believe nobody, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just letting him run his mouth. So we get there, he meet my friend, he like, oh yeah, she cute, like, you know, I only want the bad bitches in here because that's gonna bring the niggas with the money. They're gonna be bringing, you know what I'm saying, they friends. He had like, it was probably like maybe like 2 or 3 tables. It wasn't really a sit down restaurant, it was kind of like a carry out, and then maybe the tables was if you want to sit and eat real quick or if you waiting for your food type shit. So it was really like a carry out restaurant. But he was saying like he is the chef, like he do all the cooking. It's his restaurant, and he's doing all the cooking. So he talking to my friend Cash, and he just telling her what he need her to do. And then when he get done talking to her, he like, nah, yo finance. I'm like, what? He like, what's up? I be hitting you up, you be ignoring me, don't be treating me like I'm just one of these regular niggas on Facebook. And I'm like, you is one of these regular niggas on Facebook, the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So we just chopping it up, and he like, yeah, take my number, because we had never exchanged numbers, we was still messaging through Facebook. So he like, yeah, take my number. He like, we open it on Monday. He like, Cash, if you serious, just come on Monday, black top, black pants, and we can go from there. Long story short, she never ended up working there, but you know, me and him was still talking. So we was texting back and forth for a couple days. When his restaurant ended up opening, I did go up there and give me some food. I had got me some lamb chops and some wedges or whatever. I know they don't go together, but his menu was all over the place. It was like none of his meats really went with his size. He just was basically cooking whatever he had. That's what it seemed like. And he was doing a whole lot of advertising on Facebook. He had a lot of friends on Facebook, so people was hitting him up, taking pictures of the food. Like, it seemed like his shit was booming, right? So I did go and get me a plate. And, you know, the lamb chops was good. I ain't gonna lie, the food was really good. So we steady talking back and forth. Time is going on, like a couple weeks. So he ended up telling me that the place right next door to his restaurant is like a little bar, but he telling me that he own, or not that he own, that he has both buildings. So he got the little carry out restaurant, and then right next door is like a little hookah spot, like a little bar. And he's saying that he want to start having parties or whatever because he just got the building next door to his restaurant. I'm like, okay. He like, yeah, call up a couple of your friends, tell them I'm having like a viewing. I wonder if I still got the video, but I end up going up there and I just had posted it like, new spot alert, new turn up spot alert, meet me here, da 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 da. So we go up to this venue right next to his place, and we in there chopping it up. He poured me a little drink. It was a cute little spot, and we just talking. The whole time we talking, he just talking money moves. He talking like, you know, what you want to do or what business you in. And this is when I was cleaning houses full time. So he like, yeah, I really could use you. He like, my man's got a lot of properties. He like, I'm really trying to get into the Airbnb business. We just talking straight business, straight future, straight money moves, straight, you know, shit I like to talk about, you know what I'm saying? And especially because he was so confident, and I'm thinking like, oh, you got this restaurant, now you got this venue space. It seemed like you doing some big things, right? So anytime I had seen him, I met him somewhere. So this one day, he like, can you take me? I forget where he asked me to take him. I think he asked me to take him. It was either to the mall or something. So I'm listening to him. I'm like, oh, you don't got no car? He like, oh, no. I'm like, oh, okay. And then it's like clicking, like, girl, every time you seen him, you've always met him where he already was. So I don't know how the conversation never came up, like, oh, where your car at? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just never came up. So now I'm finding out this nigga don't got a car. Red flag, but it's like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Like, maybe he be getting rentals. Maybe he Uber everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. This man got a restaurant and a venue. You know what I'm saying? He don't got no car. that don't really add up, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? We've been kicking it. So I meet up with him that day. I'm not really sure what goes on. So eventually we did the duel, right? And it was actually in his venue space, and it was pretty good. I am on the heavier side. I've never been with a guy that was big, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't know how it was gonna go, but it was pretty smooth. I thought it would be like too much flesh, you know what I'm saying, like stomach on stomach action. I wasn't really into that, but it wasn't. It was way better than I thought it was gonna be. It was cool. So we kicking it, you know what I'm saying? We ain't decided whether we together or not. We just spending time together. We talking every day. His restaurant seemed like it's going good. His venue now, I don't know if he wanted it to be an after hour, but it seemed like it was only open on some after hour type ish, like after everything else closed, and then his people would come up there, and if I bring some people up there and they bring people, like it just always turned into an after hour. So we probably went to his venue like 3 or 4 times. Time is going on. It's probably been like 2 months since we've been kicking it, right? So one day he calls me and said, hey, I want you to pull up on me. I'm like, where you at? He like, oh, I'm working on this house. Like, working on the house? Okay. So I go over there, and he is literally in all white. You know, the painter's outfit. He's in all white, and he's in this empty house painting like the living room. So I walk in, and I'm like, oh, you paint houses too? He like, yeah, that restaurant shit not really working out. He was just like in the kitchen cooking the week before, and then another week passed. Now you over here painting this living room, talking about that restaurant shit not working out. I'm like, oh, what happened? He like, well, the owner of the buildings, I did sign a lease, but he trying to go back on the lease. He be tripping about the spot next door because we be in there after hours, and he just giving me this whole spiel about him and the owner of the building basically getting into it or something like that. And I'm like, so you not, running the restaurant no more? He like, no, I'm done with that. I ain't doing that.
Stop the cap.
I'm like, okay, so you paint houses? He like, yeah, this is what I do. I really am connected with these people downtown. They got, they buying up everything downtown. They buying up all these properties. It's a lot of good work. He like, you clean houses, so you really need to get in on what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, cool. So he ended up plugging me with his people, and it was actually like somebody to do contract work out of. But either way it go, I end up getting cleaning jobs through the same people he was getting painting jobs from. So now this nigga is a whole handyman. He do plumbing, he do floors, tile. And now you go to his Facebook, and ain't no more food getting posted. This nigga is posting his before and afters of painting, his before and afters of tile work, woodwork, trimming, siding. He do windows. Like, his whole Facebook is full of handyman stuff now, right? So it's just crazy because he always could talk a good talk, but then the stuff that he would be doing, it kind of backed up what he was talking. But how you own a restaurant and a little venue bar spot, but now you just done with that, and now you paint houses and do tile work? Okay, at least you not scared to work. At least you do work. But I'm thinking, you own the shit. You really just working shit, right? So he never had a lease. Let me just say that. I forget how it come out, but he never had a lease. He ended up having like a phone conversation with somebody, and it was like, they put him in their restaurant to cook. He was just a chef. He was just a cook. It was never his building. It was never his restaurant. The place next door, they wanted him to promote because he's a Facebook head. People be, liking up all his pictures and really fucking with him on Facebook. So they wanted him to promote their building. It was never his building. Like, this is coming out just from me spending time with him and just peeping shit. You know what I'm saying? Meeting people and people asking him different questions and stuff. And I'm just really peeping shit. But I never said anything because, you know, that's kind of cringy. That's embarrassing to be like, so you didn't own that restaurant, and then to see a nigga face look like, oh no, I just, you know what I'm saying? So I just peep shit and, you know what I'm saying, play my role. So the first time he had spent the night, he had brought a bag, and I wasn't tripping because it's like, okay, if you spending the night, maybe you want to spend the night, take a shower, get dressed for the next day, right? So he spend the night, we have a good time. He do take a shower and he get dressed. The man goes to work because he paints houses, or he went and did whatever he did the next day. And he called me like, yeah, I'm on my way home. Huh? And I had to cut him off right there. I'm like, not on your way home. He like, oh yeah, you like how I slid that in there. I'm like, nah. But yeah, the twins coming home today, so you gonna have to come over another time. And he was just like, oh yeah, I did want to meet your kids. No, you didn't. No, you didn't want to meet my kids. I'm like, no, not today. You know, maybe another time. He like, okay, well, I did leave some stuff over there. Where your stuff at? If you look in the bathroom behind the door, I had hung the clothes I had yesterday. I had hung them on the back of the door in that bag. I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'll bring them to you. I'm just about to come get him. He hangs up. I'm like, okay. So whole time this nigga's in the Uber, right? So he comes, I got the bag in my hand at the door, like, oh, here go your bag. The Uber pulls off. I'm like, why you ain't tell the Uber to wait? He like, I just ordered another one. He comes in the house, he got a bottle, you know what I'm saying? He had brought me some food, so we sit at the table and we eating, conversation going on. The twins wasn't even really coming home, so he ends up spending the night again. So this is 2 nights that he has spent in a row. I'm getting flashbacks. I'm feeling triggered. You gotta go. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you know what I'm saying, I haven't went through my whole past yet, but I had a issue with jumping from relationship to relationship, and also letting niggas come over and never leave in my space. I have never lived with the man in his space. A nigga is always coming into my space. So I was feeling triggered this second night that he spent the night.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm like, no, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So the next day he left, and I'm like, you know, the twins are coming back, so I'll just probably see you on the weekend or something. Cool. Now around this time, this is when I had first got my house. I really didn't have a whole lot. Like, my mom had bought the twins they whole room, so she bought their beds, they dresser, they TV stand, you know what I'm saying? And then of course they had clothes and toys and stuff, so the twins room was all the way put together. I did not have nothing in my room. I actually had got, I think it was like a cot from a yard sale. It was like a little twin. Was it twin? It was like an extra long twin mattress on this foldable wire frame, right? It was a cot, literally a cot. I had a little bitty TV, and then I had my mom's old couch in the living room with a rug. You know, I had put my bathroom together. So I was just not just moving in, but it had took me a minute to really furnish my whole house. This is my first house to myself, you know what I'm saying? It was taking me a little minute to get it all together, and I'm cleaning houses, so I'm putting my money together and I'm paying my bills, putting gas in my car, stuff like that. You know, furniture gonna take a little minute. So time is going on, we still kicking it. The twins actually end up spending the summer at their dad's house. So this left more time for me and Fraud to spend together. He is spending night after night after night. And at this point, I'm not fighting it. I'm really starting to like him. We kind of get money together because sometimes we will get booked together too. He will be cleaning. I mean, he would be paying. I would be cleaning, like stuff like that. So we spending a lot of time together. Okay, so this one time, Cash comes over and we're sitting at the table. We chopping it up. I think we was drinking and stuff, right? So Fraud calls me and he's like, yeah, I'm on my way home. He really made it a habit to keep saying he was on his way home. And my dumb ass at this point was getting used to it and it was feeling good. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, I'm on my way home. I'm like, oh, okay. So I hang up, my friend Cash looking at me like, you like him? And I'm like, yeah, he cool. She like, I did not think that y'all was really gonna take it this far. Like, what you like about him? Cause he didn't have 15 different jobs since I've known him. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all be, I wouldn't say we get into it. We get into passionate debates. You know what I'm saying? Because he was very vocal. He was a man that really knew how to speak his mind and express his feelings. And, I could appreciate that. So we would go back and forth on stuff. And then, of course, Cash, my best friend, I would call her and let her know. And you know how females are like, girl, what the fuck? He tripping, da 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 da. But then I'm still dealing with him. So she confused as to why I'm still dealing with him. But she like, oh, okay, I guess, you know what I'm saying, y'all cute or whatever. So he get there, he walk in, and at the time me and Cash was talking about stuff I needed. So the stove that came in the house, the oven didn't work or whatever. So I mean, yeah, the oven didn't work. So as he walking in, I'm telling her like, yes, girl, I'm about to get this stove. I have found one on OfferUp, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting me a washer and dryer. I'm just talking. So he come in and he hear the conversation. He like, yeah, I got you. I actually had hooked up with this guy that got a whole bunch of appliances. I'm gonna get you together, like I got you. I'm like, oh, okay. He like, yep. And then, you know what I'm saying, we really need to get you a bed too, because me and his big ass was sleeping in this cot, y'all. I swear to God, I don't know how. We was like literally laying on top of each other when he spent the night. So he just in there talking cash shit, right? Never said nothing about giving me no appliances. Never said nothing about giving me no bed. But me and Cash in here talking, and he just coming here talking about, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna get you together. I'm gonna get you together. I'm like, okay, my dumb ass. I wasn't really believing it, but it was like, okay, I believe it when I see it type shit. He just kind of trying to stunt, like, you know what I'm saying? Because Cash was already looking at me like, you really like him? And now he like, yeah, I'm going to get you a bed. I'm going to get you a stove. I'm going to get you a washer and dryer. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That was that. Keep that in mind. So, time is going on. This nigga actually, he ended up getting caught up with some bitch on Facebook because he had spent the night and the bitch was calling his phone, calling his Facebook Messenger like back to back to back. And I end up confronting him like, who is she? And then I went through their messages, and I guess he hadn't did nothing with her, but you know what I'm saying, he had been talking to her like he used to talk to me, like all in her messages, liking her pictures up. And I'm like, so you still out here fishing? Like, you been over here damn near every other day this whole summer, and you still out here fishing? You trying to get her like you got me? Like, you love a bitch with their own car and crib and business. Like, you love that for yourself. Like, what, you about to go sleep over her house every other night that you not here? What, you know what I'm saying? We had got into it. So I was mad at him for a couple days. This man catches an Uber to my house one day and gets out the car with some flowers, and he like, I'm sorry, I never meant to make you feel that way. If you want to make this official, we can. I don't want to hurt you. Let's just make it official, y'all. I thought he was just so romantic, because we never did make it official. And I guess me getting mad about him messaging, oh girl, he like, oh, she want to be with me. And I was like, okay, yeah, we was trying to make a baby that night, y'all. Whatever. This shit about to end so fast. It's tax season, right? Me and him get into, what did we get into it about? I can't remember what we got into it about, y'all. But I end up packing his little bag because he had about 4 or 5 pair of pants and a couple shirts at my house. I ended up packing his bag up, and the next time he had came over, I gave it to him and basically was like, your services are no longer needed. Like, I'm good. I can't remember what we got into it about, y'all. I really can't remember. So I packed his little bag and sent him on his way. Weeks are passing, my taxes hit. Now, this is the first time I'm actually getting my taxes, because I had student loans taking my taxes every year before this. So this is actually when the pandemic happened. This was the top of 2020. You know what I'm saying? When the pandemic happened, like March, April, and then they put a hold on the student loan garnishment this is TMI, but still, this is my first time getting my taxes in like 4 years. Every year, student loans was taking my shit. So I wasn't really reading up on everything that was going on with the pandemic. I knew that people was about to be on unemployment. I knew shit like that was going on, but I didn't know nothing about them holding them student loans. So I think I had Angel kids at my house, and the twins was there. I'm sitting there cooking. I'm basically babysitting. I forgot what she had to do, but I'm basically babysitting. I'm cooking, and you know what I'm saying. My next man text me, and it said you got 8,000. I'm sitting there like, you feel me? This is my first time getting taxes back in 4 years. I'm like, I ain't even know. I'm lit. I go straight to Amazon, y'all. Go crazy. I already had carts on so many websites. I go crazy in one night. Like, cause I was trying to piece my house together, y'all. So I went on OfferUp, got me a nice ass bed set with the dresser. I had got me. Did I get a couch? I already had a couch in my mama's house, so I had just got me a TV for my room. I had got a washer, a dryer. I had got a new stove. I just filled my house up, y'all. Literally, it took probably about 2 weeks to put my house all the way together, and I still had a couple stacks left. Like, I did a really good job. I'm geek. I'm living my best life. I'm still cleaning houses. I got money coming in, money put up, furniture in my house. I'm happy. You can't tell me shit. So the weeks passed. I furnished my house. I don't think I posted anything on Facebook, but I know Fraud ends up hitting me up, y'all. This is where the shit goes on. Fraud ends up hitting me up, and he like, you know, I miss you. I want to see you. Da 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 da. I'm like, you know what? I miss you too. You know what I'm saying? Because that thing definitely used to be hitting. So I'm like, you know, I miss you too. Why don't you come over? So the day goes on. He ends up coming over, y'all. When I say his jaw damn near dropped when he walked in, he like, oh, okay, somebody got their taxes. I'm like, yeah, and what about it? And what about it? Got my taxes and did what I had to do with it. What about it? The fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't chill on me. You know what I'm saying? Chill on me. So he walking in, he like, okay, I like how you put this together. I like this, I like that. I'm like, yeah, come upstairs. So I had one big room upstairs or whatever. So he come upstairs. He see my TV on the wall. I had ended up getting me a little couch for my upstairs because it was big up there. I had got a little couch. He seen my bed and stuff. He like, okay, bitches get they taxes get to acting funny. I said, bitches. No, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that. I'm like, yeah, watch your mouth. He like, oh yeah, you feeling yourself. I said, are you mad? Are you mad that I did everything that you kept telling me you was gonna do and you never did? Like, just chill, you know what I'm saying? Just relax. Don't do too much. I wasn't even trying to like invite you over here to be trying to put nothing in your face, even though you literally have nothing to your name. But you know what I'm saying? I just had a whole house with no furniture. I'm not trying to throw nothing in your face. I really wanted to see you. And you over here, oh, bitches get their taxes. Da, 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 da. I'm like, look, don't fuck up the mood. You know what I'm saying? I've been sipping. I wanted to see you. Let's do what we came here to do. So we did, y'all. The next morning, when we supposed to be eating breakfast, caking, and talking sweet nothings in each other's ear, this nigga wake up on some,
I really don't like how you just tried to stun on me.
who's stunting on? I'm stunting on you because I use my tax money to furnish my house to make sure I'm comfortable in this bitch. That's stunning on you? Nigga, I was stunting on you when I pulled up at the restaurant and you don't even have a car. I was stunting on you when I invited you to my house and I still don't know where you lay your head at. Like, if that's the case, I've been stunting on you. Like, why is you waking up on tip? Y'all, so we get into a little back and forth and he, oh, I'm about to go, I'm about to go. I'm like, okay, bye. So he leaves and I'm sitting upstairs like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? And something tell me like, go check the door. So I go downstairs and check my door. It's still unlocked. So clearly he thought he was about to leave and come back. So I lock all my locks and I go back upstairs, y'all. So I'm sitting there, you know what I'm saying? He calling my phone. I'm not answering. He texting now like, you stupid ass bitch. Bitches get they text money and think they doing something with they text money and da da da. I'm like, this nigga really sick that I furnished my house. He really sick that my shit laid like this. Like, what was I supposed to do? Like, this shit was gonna get done anyway, just, you know what I'm saying, a little bit at a time, one room at a time. I was just not able to get it together. Like, why is you mad at me? I'm not even no stunting type of bitch. Like, I'm super humble about anything that I have going on. Like, what the fuck? So I'm texting him back like, you just a mad ass nigga. You just mad that you was over here talking all that shit and I did it myself. Like, I didn't need you to do it. Never asked you to do it. But you never did anything you said you was gonna do. You never owned any of these businesses you said you own. You sitting here answering the phone for another nigga that's cussing you out and telling you about yourself. You a motherfucking worker. Like, I'm texting him this, right? So he called me and now we on the phone arguing. So he like, for real, that's really how you feel? I'm like, just keep it real. I'm sitting here ignoring niggas in my DMs, ignoring all these niggas text messages, trying to fuck with you, thinking I'm fucking with a boss, I'm fucking with the worker. You know how many niggas I've been ignoring? Y'all, soon as I said that, I hear glass break and I hear a car pulling the fuck off. Y'all, I go downstairs. This man then threw a brick through my kitchen window. I go outside. This man then busted the tail light on my motherfucking car and pulled the fuck off. Y'all, I was so motherfucking heated. As soon as I said I had niggas in my DMs and I've been ignoring them, that set it off. He was probably already outside with the brick in his hand, like, this bitch got one more word to say and I'm throwing it. Like, soon as I said that, I had no idea he was even still outside. He must have called me when he came back to the house and realized the door was locked. Like, yo, this nigga threw a brick through my kitchen window and my tail light. Like, what did my car do to you? What did I do to you? Like, you saw I finally put my shit together the way I wanted it, and you just gonna break my window? Bitch ass niggas. Like, literally, bands. 7th Streeter, bitch ass niggas. Like, so yeah, I called the police. I don't even know why, because they don't never do shit. Y'all hear in my stories, every time I call them, they don't do nothing about it. Like, there's no point in calling them. So I call Angel. At this point, I haven't told too many more stories about Angel, but at this point, she had another boyfriend, and I think they had already had a baby by this time. So she wasn't with her first baby daddy when I first introduced her to the stories or whatever. So anyway, I call her, and she with her new baby daddy, her new boyfriend, and they pull up on me. I'm like, you know what? I think I know where his people stay at, because fucking with him, we didn't went to a couple different places. I didn't pull up to a couple different places. I just don't know where he literally lay his head, but I know where some people stay at. So let's ride out. So we ride, and y'all. We get to this block. Now, I didn't know exactly where it was, but I'm like, turn left right here, turn right here. I think this is the house down here at the corner. Y'all, we ride past this house so motherfucking slow, right? We get close to the house. It's about 5, 6 motherfuckers on the porch look just like Fraud. All the motherfuckers was the same color, black as hell. You know, and I love us, so don't do too much. But everybody on that porch was black as hell, big as hell, and they all had a literally copy and paste face just like Fraud. It was about 5 of them. It was like 6 or 7 of them, honestly. It was like 3 little frauds, and then 2 female frauds, and then another big fraud looking nigga. And Fraud wasn't even on the porch. When I tell you this family, you know how you see a family of monkeys? And you know how all monkeys kind of look alike, you know what I'm saying? It was like, and the kids was literally like hanging on the railing of the porch. One was like hanging on the window, like riding past this house looked like riding past the gorilla exhibit at the zoo. And I'm like, that's the house right there. And she like, look at the motherfuckers. And we literally riding past slow as hell, looking at everybody dead in their eyes. I'm like, y'all that's their crib. My Angel baby daddy, her new boyfriend or whatever, was like, you know, we could really do some shit, but it's kids and shit on the porch, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna do too much. And them motherfuckers was looking like gorillas, but you know what I'm saying? I'm sure your people gonna tell you somebody rode past this bitch driving slow. And then this how you know that he be into some sketchy shit. They took the address off the house. The house did not even have an address. If you ride past a house or go to a house where they didn't literally took the address off the house, exit stage left. Exit stage left. So as soon as we hit a couple more corners and head back to my house, Frog gets the calling me and texting me, don't you ever ride past my people shit again. Is you dumb? Is you stupid? I'm like, yeah, nigga, I know where you stay at. I know where you stay at. I'll call the police, but we don't even need no police. He like, you ain't dumb, you ain't dumb. And he right, I ain't dumb. I got too much to lose to be trying to retaliate against somebody that clearly has nothing to lose, y'all. So we had stopped talking a while after that. You know what I'm saying? He ended up hitting me up. He ended up Cash apping me the money for my window and my tail light. Me and Cash actually went out that next year for his birthday because he was a Cancer, y'all. I wonder if it was just Cancer dating a Cancer. Like, I don't know. I want to say I never date another Cancer, but this guy I'm talking to now is actually a Cancer, and he is nothing like Fraud. So I don't know. I might be reaching with that one, but that was just crazy to me. Like, this guy used to talk so much cash shit, and you know, he'll be moving around and on the phone all the time, but it's like you not really making nothing happen in your life for real. You just talk a good talk. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them salesmen where he could probably sell you water at the beach. Like, he just was always running his motherfucking mouth, and it sounded good, but the proof is in the pudding, baby. Nothing is coming out of these conversations that you having. You having empty conversations with these people. Come on now. That's the end of that story, y'all. I'm just gonna leave that right there. We don't really have nothing else to talk about. Fraud. It's probably gonna be the only story about him. So until next time, you guys, be productive, be safe, and have fun.